She and the gentleman of honor places my call sign. I represent the legends freedom. Che applause. My name is Ilya Ponomarev. We have already talked to you and I will represent you at this ceremony. National Republican Army colleagues, we have gathered. You know on what occasion we are going to sign a joint declaration, all our units, all our actions that could from the beginning of the war. We're directed to the fact that this regime must fall, the empire must die, Ukraine must defeat this. The war must be ended, and this is our common goal, each of us did in our area. Their work, who is inside Russia, who is on the battlefield, and now we understand what needs to be done. The next step, we see how many misunderstandings, surprise questions, cause what turns out to be Russians who are fighting on the shoulder of the beach with Ukrainians who are leading armed resistance who are aiming to go to end, and therefore we understand that it is necessary to create some kind of political representation, some kind of common center in order to explain our goals, to show, to tell, to communicate both with public. The authorities are the same with you journalists, and we are very grateful that Ukraine has become for all of us the home that we have. The opportunity to act here, and I am sure this victory will be ours. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me to give you Natalia today. A few months ago I was in Russia and watched the tragic events in Ukraine. On TV, I will tell you a little about the history of the creation of the Legion. You probably already heard. Initially, the legionnaires were a soldier of the Russian army who were captured and voluntarily switched to side of a blade of grass. The first days of Russian aggression, they understood all the injustice of the enormity of the fact that they were taking out, and they saw how Kharkov is being smashed by shells, how cruelly the Russian command is dealing with civilians, and with the help of their relatives on video contacts, on seeing you with the Ukrainian command, they got the opportunity to go over to the side of Ukraine. In the future, the Legion reached out volunteers, Axis citizens, and one of which was Russian-speaking citizens of foreign states that considered it their duty to protect the freedom of people in the circulation of Ukrainians. Our division was created. I am very grateful to the Ukrainian people. We are very grateful to the command of the armed forces of Ukraine and the President or Vienna for giving us the opportunity to wash away the shame with weapons in our hands. 5 took yourself, Russian people. Is a great honor to stand shoulder clip thr next to selfishness, and I'll say from 3 of our side that the Russian Volunteer Corps, they will be at the round table today. They are at the front at. They had a hard fight. There was a helicopter attack and this caused there to be problems with logistics, but they promised to have time to get to the round table, and they will be there too. They can say a few words to you if you have any questions. You can ask them, and after that we will actually sign our children. Applause. Music means look. I will immediately indicate to you. The Legion of Freedom of Russia is a unit of which Putin and his regime are very afraid of his security forces, because we are the first example. Armed confrontation with Putin, therefore, any information that regarding the armament of the tactics of the training system of the Legion based on it, the time will come. History who puts in place expulsion, you must understand. Applause. Military good forgiveness about it case. We try no last name, do not mention this for safety reasons, everyone still has relatives very. Many relatives who live in Russia, although there are distant ones, but these are security issues, so the brain is already colleagues. Take the risk that they opened their faces for this event because there were a lot of questions on this topic, that is, it is in general. Real maybe it's some kind of incomprehensible disguised leader, that's why we agreed that the face will be open, but we will use the call sign, then we will sign the music. Historical moment music subscription. Applause music. Applause, here are our signatures. The text of the declaration, you have the text of the interview explaining all our steps, you also have. Yes, and then we'll talk about all this in more detail at the round table, it gets its own way. 1400 Moscow 23, we will try to be in time, sorry for the delay, we will continue to accumulate. Thank you music.